Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 vs 1 on the Shrine of Exelon. On the other side, as the Orcs, we have got Stranger. Opposed to the side, as the Chaos Space Marines, we have got Tigershark. Tigershark will be opening up with a couple of cultists, a Heretic, Mark of Chaos Corn, as well as a Chaos Temple and a Plasma Generator. And Stranger is going to go for a fistful of grots and a pile of guns. So very exciting stuff. If you've seen the thumbnail, you will know that Stranger in this game is exclusively going to go for little green gribblies. And it's going to be an uphill battle for him, but Stranger is a skilled and talented player. So if anyone's going to make it work, it's definitely going to be him. Now, of course, grots are small. They're not very strong. You can only really get 4 of them from the settlement. That's because that they don't occupy any kind of orc capsules to prevent them from basically just spamming out a million of these guys. But you can get quite a lot of them. And I do have access to some powerful little guns later on in the game. Now, I don't know if Stranger is allowed to get squigs for the game. I imagine maybe so, maybe not. I mean, it depends. They're kind of in the same food chain, or part of the food pyramid in the orc kind of fridge, if that's the way you want to describe it. But yeah, so Tigershark has gone for Mark of Corn, because obviously damage will be quite useful against killing these guys. They've got a remarkably fast reinforcement rate, so you need a lot of DPS to be able to kill them. But look at them, all getting down and worshipping whatever banner is coming out from the ground and all that stuff. Lots of stabby bits on them as well, should they require to engage in a little bit of close combat, which we might actually see them do in the early games. Also, plenty of mines from Stranger as well, so pulling out every kind of loose bit of tricks and bags that he can manifest and do. Currently, we've got Tigershark capturing the relic on the right-hand side. I assume he'll also be doing the same on the left-hand side as well. And the Orcs might want to be playing a bit defensively, considering that, you know, all the shooting bits on the buildings are also grots as well. So technically, everything's been playing towards the rules of this game here. Got the grot gang, and they're using their guns as best they can. Not a bad bit of range damage, to be honest, and actually taking down, or almost going to take down, a couple of Chaos Space Marines, especially with the help of their listing post as well. A couple of them hiding in the heavy cover, but not all of them. But almost a squad. There we go, look at that. One Chaos Space Marine is down, and then the other guy managed to hide away in the listing post as well, so no squad wipe for those Chaos Space Marines as well. Imagine just the eulogy of that guy. Here lies Kevin. He was a bit shit, wasn't he? Didn't quite do the job that the Chaos Lords wanted from him. I've got some grots sneaking up, all infiltrated like. They've got the elephant of surprise. No one's going to see them coming along with their special tactics. And more grot gangs come on down. But yeah, they can get the gun cart and... it's gun cart cannon and a gun cart zap. One for zapping vehicles and buildings, one for zapping, well, booming infantry and heavy infantry. Chaos Lord is on the front lines, smacking down the listing post. But plenty of grots are now making their way on over. Reinforced at 10 blue, so won't be costing the Orcs much in the way of money. Realistically, I think that the only vehicle that Stranger will have access to is the grot tank. So we'll have to see how that works out for him as the game goes on. Here comes a war banner, and as the game goes on, there'll be, you know, as the economy starts getting set up quite nicely, of loads of money for setting up defensive structures in a offensive manner. War banner being placed in the centre as the grot gangs try and fire away out the Chaos Lord, being brought down to half health as well, actually forcing these guys backwards. Might make sense for the Chaos Space Marines to actually amass in some kind of comparable numbers, but there's mines exploding all in one. Grot gangs running away in terror, but plenty more mines where they came from. And oh, David, look at that! Chaos Space Marines thinking that they had the upper hand there for running into a secondary minefield. Although that one Heretic activated the minefield and also affecting the grots near them, so wonderful stuff. He's not building anything anytime soon, he's just walked across those gubbins. So maybe some infiltration detection will be essential for the Chaos Space Marines down here. Got the cultists who are no match for the massive, tiny, stabby bits. Been brought down to low health very quickly. It's surrounded as well. This lad has not a happy situation for him. More mines everywhere, just plumes of smoke up in the air. And yeah, 19, or actually 20 lads in total for each grot gang, so that's what? 20 times 4, that's 80. Bit of quick maths there for you. And not enough DPS to break through their ranks at the moment. How the how are the Chaos Space Marines faring over here? Not quite finished this listing post. And looking for some Raptors of all things. That's interesting. I assumed it would have been heavy bolters. That would have been my thinking. Just because you only need a Chaos Armory in Tier 1. And that's a lot of DPS against this lightly armoured infantry squadron. Well, here comes the heavy boy armour, and that will affect these guys, making them slightly more durable. I mean, just look at their little hats. Got little green bobbly hats going about. In fact, they've got a couple of different kind of hats. Got a little bandage. Someone who's probably had some sort of dentistry work. Maybe he's gone to your local British dentist. If you can even get one in the current economy, by gum. I think Stranger will have to mass his lads in a concentrated kind of effort if he wants to do any kind of damage. Which is what he's doing. He's now got some zappers and some cannons as well. Looking like they're potentially going to firing. Oh no, for a second I thought it was going to be just close quarters firing, but obviously when they're tied up in close combat they can't do much else. So maybe that's what the Raptors are there for, just to make sure that the big guns are not being fired. Listing post on the left hand side has been taken down. You've got to bear in mind as well that not only are these Grot gangs going to be the offensive units, but they're also going to be the only capping units that the Orcs can make use of here. Cultists have now got their shiny eyes. Still walking into a whole bunch of minefields. Raptors jumping in, but that's a lot of boomy bits for them to potentially get scuppered on. Wonderful firing concave from this Grot gang. All their ducks in a row, all their Grots in a row even. And every time you chase after them, they're just going to drag you into more minefields. Do the minefields do friendly damage? Not quite sure, actually. I'll have to just keep our minds on them. Oh, no, surely it must do. Or at least morale damage at the very least. If we're 3 Raptors against more Grots than you can shake a chainsword at. Their retreat path being cut off. And even the mighty hunters have been brought down in close combat. Ready to push back on over here, but here are the heavy bolters. Also the heavy cover to keep them alive. But boomy bits forcing these guys potentially back. Bearing in mind as well that for every Chaos Space being lost, that is 90 blue being spent, which is the equivalent of 9 Grots. It's a terrifying sight. The green, or should I say a pale green tide, coming forward. A champion of Khorne. And, I mean, as the old saying goes, doesn't matter where the blood flows, so long as it flows. But I don't know how Khorne feels about blood from a Grot. Can't be as satisfying as they would say. The Chaos Lord as well. Back to back like Charlie's Angels, potentially in combat, if they both get sent in. I've got some renegades. Oh, right, I see. So, Tigershark has gone for the switcheroo, where you can basically decide to get a little bit of tech from your HQ, which allows you to trade away your regular cultists for some renegades, which might be better. I mean, they've got grenade launchers. Oh no, you've got mortars, right? That's longer range. That's going to be something that the Grots will struggle with, is a bit of artillery. AoE damage that breaks the morale. Makes them a bit more pants in combat. Powerful settlement been placed right down in the middle of the map on the right hand side. And as we say, there's lots of fiery bits on top of it. You can also upgrade it with a Orky 4 upgrade. So make it, you know, a bit more substantial. Unable to really fire away as they've been burnt to a crisp. But a little zap towards the renegades also breaks their morale as well. And though the Grots were quite strong in their rushing kind of sense, they seem to be faltering ever so slightly. Grots over here hoping to use their infiltration to keep themselves alive, but not quite keeping themselves on par. There goes the Orky 4 add-on. I wonder if that gives them more guns in Ultimate Apocalypse. We will have to wait and see. Grots surrounding the champion of Khorne. But no, it's just not working out for him. This boy loves a bit of slicing and dicing, up close and personal. they will run away. And it does seem like that all the grots across the globe have got no morale at the moment, apart from these brave lads on the left-hand side. But the Chaos Space Marines falling back a bit. They've got their heavy bolters. Might make sense to tie one of them up with the grot squad and then fire off the other one into them. It doesn't seem that that's going to be the case. Now got the mech shop finished, and I assume from your technology building, you're getting the mech lab for additional stuffs. But then why have you got a squad cap if you? Why is your population being done in? Is it the gun carts that count towards the squad population thingamadoo-dad? Got Chaos Vindicator, which will do some mischief. Settlement holding its own. Everyone's just not having a good time over here. No morale for anyone involved. That's all 4 squads broken. But here come the extra vehicle armor, which is not your regular tech up like you would see in vanilla. It's just more health for your vehicles. Mech lab has been finished, so in theory that should mean grot tanks are on the way very soon. Lots of lightning, very, very frightening, coming out every which way. But Chaos doing a mighty fine job at holding the grots back. Could really do with them being a bit more aggressive. But just holding on to whatever ground that they can at the moment. You're not a grot. You're a doctor. Doctors aren't grots. But I suppose our heroes allowed. Oh, we'll take it. So it's mostly grot then. I suppose the bad doc does increase your population, which might be what the orcs need to do stuff. War trucks. Ah, dear it. No, boo, stranger, boo. You had a thing going on, man. You had a thing. Oh, well. The fact they're still alive, to be fair, is quite remarkable, though. Our gang's been chased around. Here comes the... well, we'll call them big grot, shall we? Yeah, well, we'll call them grot bosses. How about that? Keep the thematics going. Here's the bad doc with his AoE healing to keep the grot gangs alive. But I don't think it's helping them all that much, not with this Vindicator firing down. And the mortars just constantly peppering them with explosives. And these guys are just being absolutely decimated by all this incoming firepower. But a big boom from a cannon causing these cultists a little bit of a mischief. Yeah, look at that. Huge explosions. Now going to go for a gun wagon as well. Current economy is 158 and 68 compared to 144 and 54. So economy is relatively even. Chaos Vindicator taking a bit of damage, but not as much as I imagine Strange would have hoped for. Just double boomers, and they really need to take care of it as much as possible. Any kind of AoE against lightly armoured infantry is a massive pain in the backside. It's just little bodies being thrown around everywhere, just littering the floor. And the Chaos Vindicator's barely a scratch on them at the moment. What's the alternative? You've got the gun wagon for a bit of replacement artillery. Gonna go for another one as well. Where are the grot tanks, stranger? That's what I wanted. That's what I was hoping for. It's supposed to have been blasted by the rocket launchers of the war tracks. As the gang of grots just try and hold the line as much as humanly possible, or as growingly possible. But it just seems to have been thrown around like ham in a basket. Coming in for a glorious charge by the looks of things. Give them the old slap and tickle in close combat, but no, they're just adding in the heavy cover. What's the artillery of the gun wagons doing? Just kind of relaxing. Oh, they've swapped out for a zap gun. Just more anti-vehicle and building stuff. But 2 squads of Havocs. Double missile. Oh no, one's got an autocannon And one has got a missile launcher. So those vehicles will have a difficult time coming on in. Those Vindicators are now on the side of the Orc map. Gun wagons are continuously being thrown out. I've been a little bit confused. There was a lot of grots and now there's not. Are you rebuilding them, stranger? You don't seem to... That's sad. Just transitioning away from all the little ones into now just pure vehicles by the looks of things. Got a couple of builders as well coming on in for the repairing in the middle of combat. These gun wagons are very soft being artillery. Don't really want to take too much damage to the chops. That's what they're doing. Here comes an ouchie platform, which is being armed by a little dude, which is very nice. I've seen on the channel before that sometimes orcs will just build up a million ouch platforms and slowly creep towards the enemy with their defense structures. These ouch platforms are remarkably resilient towards damage and do a fair bit to boot. Just coming off rockets at the moment, but can be upgraded with other nefarious things. Got the renegade guard just firing away into the flanks of the gun wagon as it seems to be blowing up friend and foe alike, as it's good and proper. Only 7 of them left on the whole map. I'm going to get a shot cannon just to zap them if they come anywhere close. Got flanking maneuver. Grots going on the other way. Oh, he seems to have managed to regain some of their number. That's good. A bit of a surround. Some stabby bits around the ankles. Not quite penetrating the Ceramite armour, but maybe lightly scratching the paintwork. But they're there, man. Look at this, it's like 15 Grots versus 1 Chaos Space Marine. It's got the heavy bolter, that's not what it wants to be doing. Must be unleashing hell. Ouch platform sorting out Chaos Vindicator. Another one. He's been focused fired. If it is he within range? Are you firing at this Chaos Space Marine? Don't like it. Green side continues to flow. It's the second wave. And Chaos are only just rebuilding their listing post on the left hand side. Chaos Space Marine is now activating their do more damage, can't kill us ability. The Grots just are immortal. You kill one of them, that's okay, they'll just sprout some more. And plenty of war banners and outer platforms to keep the forces of chaos outside their base. The champion of Khorne is just really enjoying himself. Unlimited melee all day long. Sure, the targets won't challenge him. But so long as he's there, as long as he's taking part of even tougher boys research, now the Grots will be, well, even tougher, as the name suggests. Just got to keep alive. Whittle them down. Make them feel bad for killing you. The old name and shame. Can't go wrong with that strategy. The Grots have been reduced to number. Even with the firing support from the outer platforms. What else are you building? Oh, just more Grots. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Just look, you can't literally can't see the ground some places based on the shimmer of blood and floor lasagna that's blocking our view. A wall being placed on the floor, fortified structure, so it takes even longer to break down than your regular structures, and a boomy platform. So behind the lines, as where the orcs engage in stuff, they've lost a whole bunch of war wagons to the Chaos Space Marines with melter guns. Even the melter guns aren't supposed to be anti-infantry. These guys will fall to basically a sneeze. Death is coming. Car Space Marines now making that big push on the left-hand side after finishing off with the right. Which platforms are the main customer for them? And Stranger has said no. Oh, okay, alright. I mean, what else could he do, realistically? It was a nice idea, it was a fun idea, but after the first 5 or so minutes, you are a bit knackered if you can't go for any other kind of orc stuff. It was an expected result, to be honest. It's a very expected result indeed. But a fun game, a very fun little theme. I love those kind of things. So there we go. So cheers, boys, for sending this game into the Discord. If you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you one game a week. And as always, Discord where Discord things happen. Link in the description as always. As with Mr. Landshark, pleasure's always never short. Now I'll see you in a bit. Peace.